I've been discussing how diet and nutrition plays a huge role in our health and wellness overall. And I want to discuss inflammation, so swelling, inflammation. Those terms go hand in hand. Most people think of swelling, but most people think of swelling. I think what comes to mind is some type of injury or trauma to one of our joints, such as a sprained ankle, a knee injury, even an infection or such an infected tooth. But not many of us think about the food I'm eating right now creates some type of response in my body that either causes chemical changes that cause inflammation and pain in our cells, or actually the opposite, reduces inflammation, swelling. So I'm just going to dive into explain this a little bit. Most of us in our teens, our 20s, and even our 30s, we could consume sugar, flour, all types of food. We have a good metabolism, we're pretty active. But sooner or later, especially in our 40s and beyond, our diet and our lifestyle is either going to speed us up to whatever genetically we're programmed to get, or it's going to slow us down. So sugar, flour, certain oils like omega-6 fats I've talked about in previous blogs and videos, how those type of substances or those types of foods can create low-grade, silent responses in our cells that we really don't feel. We don't feel them for 20 to 30 years, and then boom, we may get diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder or arthritis or diabetes or blood pressure. So sugar, flour, and when I say omega-6, and I again talked about this, there should be a balance between good fats and omega-6 and omega-3s, and when we eat foods that have more corn oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil, foods that have more refined sugars and flours, not only does it may cause weight gain and have this cause low energy, but by eating those foods, you turn on chemicals that can affect every cell in our body. So think about heart disease or narrowing of the vessels to our heart. We don't always feel the arteries closing down until there's no blood supply to the heart muscle. And then what happens, you may have a heart attack, which they call it like the silent killer. So the same thing with autoimmune disorders such as rheumatoid arthritis or lupus or psoriatic arthritis. What happens is our body creates a response thinking that our own cells are foreign, and we kind of attack those cells, which is like an immune response, and we get swelling of our joints, we get pain, we get redness, we may get deformity. So how's that happen? Yes, genetically. But if we lead a diet, or if we lead a lifestyle that's high in stress, we don't get good sleep, we eat crappy, then we are going to speed up our cells to turn on or upregulate our cells to drive us to those disease states. So think about it. If we're eating fruits, veggies, good fat in the sense of olive oil, coconut oil, antioxidant rich fruits and veggies, nuts, that type of stuff, good fat, good protein, good carbs. That type of is going to provide us with an anti-inflammatory response. It's going to create a normal stabilized blood sugar. It's going to keep our energies going. It's not going to create inflammation in our bowels or our guts. It's not going to cause us to have spikes in our blood sugar. So I think most of us we don't get out here alive, so most of us sooner or later are going to get some type of disease. So if you're trying to be healthy and well, the quality of food that we eat either has an effect on reducing inflammation, swelling in our body, or promoting more swelling and inflammation. The latest study shows about 40 million Americans have either diabetes or high blood sugar, and the scary thing is most people don't even know they have high blood sugar. So, and it used to be called adult onset diabetes, now kids get diabetes. So there's a direct correlation between the food they are consuming and their exercise activity and their health. So again, we could kind of go through 20s and 30s pretty much eating kind of what we want, but when we get in our 40s and 50s, how we eat and our lifestyle affects how we're going to feel, how we're going to function, and how long we're going to live. I write about this in my latest blog post. You can find that at advancedcenterforpain.com.